So in the beginning of this story, we see a man who was a hunter, along with his daughter, was setting traps to catch animals, which is a kind of net used to trap anyone. And he was also taking out the animals trapped in old traps. They also had their dog with them, and the man talks to his wife through radio, whose name was Anne. He asked her to go to the town and bring some essential items. Now, there were 3 people in this family who lived in the forest away from the city. They used to make a living by selling the skins of the animals, which they used to catch in their traps. They used to cook their meat and eat it and sell the skins. Now, this was the only way to earn money for them, because apart from hunting, they did not know anything else. So, due to this, Anne's husband was also teaching this work to his daughter, but she was not so skilled in this work yet. The father and daughter were checking the traps when they saw that an animal was missing from their trap, seeing which their daughter said that this work must be his. He has come back here. She was talking about a wolf, from which we understand that this is not the first time this has happened before as well. There, Anne takes the skins of animals to a store to sell them. There she looks very upset, because due to the fall in the price of the skins, she neither gets the right money nor does she get enough food to eat. The shop owner, seeing her problem, says that the skins of ordinary animals cost this much only. If you want more money, then you will have to buy the skin of a tiger. But even then, Anne was worried, thinking that, from where will I get the skin of a wolf? She was also looking at the posters there with great interest. She was of a rented house and had a good job. By looking at her face, it seemed that she wants to buy a house and also wants to do a good job. But due to some reason, she cannot do it. She does not like hunting either. She also wants that we should live in the town instead of the forest, and I can send my daughter to a good school. But because they did not have that much money, that is why she comes back home. At home, Anne's husband was teaching his daughter to remove the skin, while Anne was cooking food for everyone. Everyone's mood was bad, even at the time of eating, because there was nothing to eat properly due to lack of money. And when Anne's daughter tells that the wolf took away our prey, Anne gets very angry at her husband because he did not tell Anne about this. She tells her husband to do something about this crowd, or else we will die of hunger. Then, sending her daughter inside, Anne again starts arguing with her husband. Her husband says that wolves like to eat girls, so he must have come here by giving them to some girl or some animal. But Anne says that according to me, he has come here because of us, our family. He knows that he will get a trapped prey here and will not have to work hard. Further, she says that I want to go to the police station and report him, but her husband refuses, saying that, no, you don't worry, I will catch him myself tomorrow morning. But this was not the only tension. Anne shows him the same ad poster and says that, how long will we be able to live like this? I do this. I earn money by doing a job at a good place. Then we will be able to live a good life. But her husband refuses, saying that we cannot do anything other than hunting, and we do not know anything either. After this, both of them come out, where Anne starts explaining to her husband that, look, you are not thinking anything for your daughter. You have chosen this life. I have chosen it because of you, but our daughter did not get any choice. Let her do what she wants to do. She should be worried about studies at this time and not about the animals' chains. And there are no humans living in this jungle. This is not wisdom. But even after explaining, her husband does not understand. He says that we live here. Our future generations will also live like this, meaning whatever happens, they will not leave this jungle. Then the next morning, when he was going to hunt for the chains, on his daughter's insistence, he takes her along as well, which Anne does not like at all, due to which she talks to her husband through radio. He says that, like, I realized that it was a sheep, and when the time came to hunt it, I would send it back, which came very soon, because it had seen the footprints of the shackle, and it understood that it was definitely a sheep. He is nearby, so he explains everything to his daughter and sends her back, and also says that he will come back by night, after which his daughter starts coming back, although her dad had told her not to be scared. But such dangerous sounds were coming from the jungle that her condition worsens. Anne was also in the same condition. When she was coming back after bringing water from the river, she felt as if someone was following her, so she was also scared, and exactly the same was happening with her daughter too. After which Anne somehow comes home, but her daughter is not able to come. She sits there in fear. The wolf also sees Anne's husband, so he immediately shoots at him, but it did not look like he was dead. Her daughter also heard the sound of the bullet, so she gathers courage and moves forward. After shooting, when Anne's husband comes there to check, he sees that the bedding is not there, which meant that he ran away from here, but after seeing one thing there, his condition worsens, and that thing was the girl's severed hand, which he was biting. Now he crosses the road and comes to the other side of the forest and starts moving ahead. Seeing the scene there, he is stunned. He was very scared because there were chopped corpses of the girls, which were brutally cut and kept in a circular shape, which obviously cannot be the work of the bitch. From this, he understands that apart from the bitch, there is a killer roaming in the forest who is doing all this, that is, killing the girls with such a rod. Seeing this, he was very scared that now his family is also in danger because 2 women were also present in his house. He will be able to handle the wolf, but it will not be easy to deal with this dangerous killer. After coming home, he was sitting quietly and thinking about this only. His sleep and hunger had gone away. He did not tell anything at home so that his family does not get scared, and now he will do something himself to protect his family. The next day, when Anne opens her eyes, her husband was missing because he had again reached the same place where he had killed the corpses of the girls. He had actually told Anne that even if I have to stay the whole night to find the mob, I will do that, so don't worry about me. But actually, he was not looking for the wolf, but for the murderer. When Anne and his daughter were on the riverbank, his daughter sees that there is a murderer here. The dog is not there, so she goes to look for it, but then the same wolf comes in front of her and starts moving towards them. Seeing him, Anne starts screaming loudly because this was the first idea that came to her mind. And her idea is also successful because the wolf had run away from there. And now both these mother and daughter immediately come to their house without wasting time, but because their dog was left outside. So Anne takes a gun and goes to look for it, where she finds the dog, but it is dead because the wolf had killed it too. Anne is very sad due to its death. She comes back and lies to her daughter that the dog has not been found yet. When your father comes, we will find it. She did not tell her daughter about the dog's death so that she does not get scared and does not feel her life is in danger. So now here we are told why the name of this movie is Hunter x Hunter. Because in fact, this hunter family is stuck between 2 hunters, from both of whom they are in danger of their life. One is the wolf and the other is the killer. Well, now it becomes morning like this, but Anne's husband neither returned nor did he call. Both mother and daughter went to check their traps where one of their prey was missing even today. Anne found a ring on the trap. Seeing this, she got scared because it must be of the girl who was eaten by the barbarian. That is why she went straight to the police station to report against the barbarian so that he could be caught. On the other hand, the boss of the police officers, who were returning to the police station with the dead body of a boy, saw an empty car on the way. He looked at it carefully at first, but did not pay much attention to it, and came to the police station where Anne was already present. Anne told them everything. On this, she said that nothing can be done because your area does not come under us. Also, we cannot catch the barbarian because it is not his fault. He is not a human being. He is an animal. He does not understand anything. He is doing what is his habit. He has always done it. You live in the jungle and you hunt. So it is 100% your fault and not the barbarians. So if any action is taken, then you will be held responsible. It must be on the people, not the beggars. But now there is no help, so Anne has to bring some food and come back home. Then she buries her dog, kills a fawn, and brings it home. It was wrong, but she had to do something for food. There was no information about her husband. The wolf is on her mind. The food is getting over. So whatever had to be done, Anne had to do it. Anne, along with her daughter, removes the skin of the deer, after which both of them cook it and start eating it. Yes, then suddenly some movement is felt on the radio. Anne speaks, but there is no clear voice from the other side. Then at night, when these mother and daughter were sleeping, suddenly their eyes open because the sound of someone screaming was coming from the forest. When they go to check, we see that it is not Anne's Hesper, but it is some unknown man who was very injured and was asking for help. Then Anne leaves her daughter back home and brings that man to her house by laying him on something because beggars could also be around them. On checking, a radio is found with that man. Apart from that, the condition of his leg was also very bad. Now this night also passes like this. Next morning, when Anne's daughter comes to her, she was very frightened as her eyes opened suddenly and she immediately calls her mother. On her request, Anne gives her water to drink and also stitches the wound on her leg. Anne's daughter felt weird seeing this. That's why she tells her mother that Dad had said never to trust any stranger who listens to Anne. She says, look at his condition, how injured he is, and if your dad was here, he would have definitely helped him. On the other hand, the boss was coming to the police station again. He saw that car parked at the same place again, from which he understood that this car is parked here for the last 2 days. He gets down from his car and starts looking around, and when he does not see anyone, he notes down the number of that car. When the man wakes up, he tells his name that my name is Lou. She asks him that not many people come to this forest, so what were you doing here? On this, Lou tells that this is my specialty. Actually, I had come to take pictures of this forest, but my car broke down on the way, so I went ahead in the forest on foot, where someone attacked me, who might be a wolf because I did not see him, and that car, which has been parked there for so many days, is mine. Now his condition was so bad that he needed to be taken to the hospital, but there was no wolf there, so he could not go because if the wolf was there, then he would not be able to run away. Anyway, still, with the help of his daughter, Anne took him to the car. She tries to take him away, but on the way, he starts screaming in pain, so they have to return home again. Both mother and daughter had thrown pieces of poisoned meat there, and had also lit a fire there by setting a simple trap so that these people could escape from that wolf. On the other hand, Bose was in deep thought because for the last few days, people have been disappearing continuously, especially girls, and this series is still going on. Now, although only 1 hour was left for his duty to end, but still he goes to check that car, which was his biggest mistake. He was moving ahead following the marks when suddenly his foot gets stuck in a trap. When he moves a little to free himself, his hand also gets stuck, which shows that he is now trapped here and cannot go anywhere. This trap must have been set by N himself to catch the murderer, but this poor guy got stuck in it. On the other hand, N was standing completely stunned with a gun, but even after the whole night had passed, neither her husband returned nor did she. When an officer comes to Badia police station, she is his wife's husband. She listens to the voice message in which she was saying that the boss did not return home last night. Now this officer tries to talk to him through the radio, but he does not respond, so now she also leaves for that place. On the other hand, Anne also started worrying about her husband, so she takes the map and goes to find her husband. She finds a rabbit in a trap and has to kill it, even though she does not want to. She became very sad after doing this because it was not her job. Then the radio starts to move, so she starts moving forward again, where she is shocked because her husband's dead body was lying there. Seeing him dead like this, she is very shattered and starts crying bitterly, and now she understands everything. Her husband was not killed by a wolf, but by Lou because he is the killer who killed the other girls as well. Anne's husband caught her, but Lo killed her and ran away. But even then, her husband had injured Lo a lot, but I brought him back to her house. She saved his life. Now this was no less than a shock for Anne, because she was serving the man who was the murderer of her husband. Till now, she was unaware of this. Now, after realizing this, she quickly leaves for the house because she had made another mistake. She left her daughter alone with the people. Meanwhile, the officer also comes to that place and starts searching for her. When he feels that someone is there, he fires 2-3 bullets from his gun, due to which the officer finds him very soon, and seeing her trapped in such a trap, she immediately calls for help. Anne very carefully goes inside the house. She sees that her daughter is absolutely fine and is sleeping comfortably, but here he was not the killer because he was hiding behind the door, and immediately he attacks Anne. In the forceful act, a bullet is fired from Anne's gun. Hearing the sound, her daughter's eyes open. She comes and looks, but it is of no use because by then, Anne had been beaten and made unconscious by Lo. Police had also arrived in the jungle, but before they could free Boss from the trap, Boss dies. Now their eyes see their marks, seeing which all the police officers proceed further in the jungle. When Anne regains consciousness, Lo asks her for the keys of the truck, on which she says that first tell me where my daughter is on one condition. He does not give any answer to this, but says that this would never have happened if your husband would have minded his own business and would not have come in between. To hide his secret, he first killed your husband, and now I will kill you too. after which he burns all his belongings and comes to Anne and starts misbehaving with her, but without giving her a chance, he traps her. She traps him and later frees herself and attacks him with something and makes him unconscious. Now going to the next room, Anne starts crying bitterly after seeing there because her daughter's dead body was lying there, which is not shown to us, which means that the mad killer who had turned into an animal in human form did not spare even her daughter. That is why she vows that now she will not spare him either and will take revenge for her husband and daughter. She hangs Philo with a rope and starts listening to songs by putting headphones on him. After doing this, she starts skinning Lo as well, just like an animal because he was no less than an animal. In a short while, she skins his entire body and finally his face as well, due to which a lot of blood starts flowing. He also looked quite terrifying. In the meantime, the police had also come out, but by then, Anne had done her job. She brings his skin outside with her. Seeing this, the police were quite surprised. She throws his skin to the police. Seeing this, their eyes were filled with tears. They are released. The police goes inside and checks, where Lo was still alive, but his condition was very bad. That's why he was going to be alive only for a short while. Anyone's heart would shake after seeing him. He looked so horrible and ugly. She sits down at a place while listening to the song and stops singing as she remembers her family. And with this, the movie ends.